Hi, and welcome back to Focal Point AFR Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. The program is Focal Point. The network is AFR Talk. Glad to have you weigh in on this business about what happened over in Libya and this astonishing news that has broken today. This astonishing, disturbing, horrifying news that U.S. officials watched our personnel in Libya die and did nothing. They had resources at their disposal. They did not even bother to pick up a phone and send some help into these people that were fighting for their very lives. 888-589-8840, number to call, 888-589-8840. Give us a call. You can weigh in on this whole Libya thing. Now, the mainstream media, this is clip 7, mainstream media already going to bat for Barack Obama. They're trying to give him cover. They are completely in the bag for Barack Obama. Here is Brian Williams, a sad, sorry excuse for a journalist. He's already out there trying to say, look, to the American people, look, this wasn't Barack Obama's fault, wasn't his fault. He was just getting bad intel. Let's listen to this exchange.
With his armored motorcade creeping along behind us, we have another chance to talk, and the talk turns to foreign policy. Mr. President, since we've been airborne, a person or persons of interest picked up in Tunisia, connection with Benghazi. Right. The question becomes, have you been happy with the intelligence, especially in our post-9/11 world? The assessment of your intelligence community as we stand here is that it still was a spontaneous terrorist attack. And were you happy with what you were able to learn as this unfolded? It went on for several hours.
Well, as I've said, Brian, we're going to do a full investigation.
Brian Williams, he's out there just repeating these lies that have been proven to be lies. This was not a spontaneous terrorist attack. Brian Williams knows that. He's lying through his teeth. We know that this was an al-Qaeda attack, Ansar al-Sharia. They had rocket-propelled grenades. They had automatic weapons. It was a coordinated assault. They came out of nowhere. At 9:40, there was no protest. There was no mob. There was nothing spontaneous about this anyway whatsoever. So Brian Williams out there completely in the bag for Barack Obama, trying to say, hey, this was spontaneous. Who could have seen this coming? And President Obama, I'm so sorry that you have been so let down by your intelligence community. Your incompetent, your inept intelligence community. But remember, the intelligence community told Barack Obama within 24 hours that this was a terrorist attack. The intelligence community did its job. And you've got some members of the intelligence community coming out now saying, look, we're not going to get thrown under the bus here. We provided accurate intel to the president. So just shameful on Brian Williams' part. Now, let's drop down to clip 16 if we can, Rob, the Debbie Wasserman Schultz clip. And again, this just indicates the utter incompetence of the Democrats in leadership right now in Washington. Barack Obama has what's called the kill list. Everybody knows about this kill list. These are the people that they're taking out with the drones. So they got these drones. They use them for surveillance in Libya, but they can use them to take people out. This is how Anwar al-Awlaki was taken out with one of these drones. And he's got a list of all the people they are going to take out with these drones. He's got a kill list of people they're going to kill using these drones. So Debbie Wasserman Schultz is asked about this kill list, and she is so ignorant about this, so she has no idea what the reporter is even talking about. Let's listen.
What's your bottom line on the debate tonight?
The bottom line on the debate tonight was I think President Obama had a decisive victory.
President Romney becomes president. He's going to inherit President Barack Obama's secret kill list. This is going to be debated. How do you think Romney will handle this kill list, and are you comfortable with him having a kill list?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Obama has a secret kill list, which he has used to assassinate different people all over the world.
I'm happy to answer any serious questions.
Why is that not serious?
Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Well, in which case, you're in the wrong profession also, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and you need to find a new career. One last clip before we go to the phones, 888-589-8840. This is Ted Turner, clip 8. Ted Turner, this guy is turning into a bigger buffoon by the day, but this guy's an icon on the left, and he actually thinks it's a good idea that our troops are committing suicide, and he explains why. Let's listen.
Are dying now.
Suicide?
From suicide over there than are dying in combat.
I mean, that's shocking, isn't it?
Well, no, I think it's good because it's so clear that we're programmed and we're born to love and help each other, not to kill each other, destroy each other. That's an aberration. That's left over from hundreds of years ago.
So Ted Turner says, hey, it's good that our soldiers are killing themselves over there. So you got the same people on his side of the spectrum. They're just apoplectic over what Richard Murdoch said, misinterpreting what he said about rape. He doesn't believe, and everybody knows it. There's not one single living soul on planet Earth that believes that Richard Murdoch believes that God intends for women to be raped. But if a life is conceived, then God intends for that life to be protected because that is an innocent human life. That's what Richard Murdoch said. That's what he believes. Everybody knows that, but they've been beating him up over that misinterpretation. Here's Ted Turner saying, look, I think it's good that our soldiers are killing themselves, and not a peep from the mainstream media. Well, let's go to our phones. If I can get to the right screen here. There we go. Let's go to Larry in Hamilton, Alabama. Larry, thanks for calling Focal Point. What's on your mind?
Hey, love your show, man.
Thank you, sir.
Everything I hear about this, it sounds more and more like it was an intentional murder. That these guys were set up to be killed. That's why nobody wanted them to help save them. The story about the film, that never happened. I think somebody got their wires crossed. There was probably supposed to be a little protest out there, and then they was going to blame it all on that. But somebody didn't do their job to protect the administration.
Well,
that's exactly what I think.
Well, I appreciate the call, Larry. Thank you for that. And, I'm not prepared to go that far, but, I can understand why Larry would think that. And I've had other people suggest the same thing to me, that it reminds us of what happened with Uriah the Hittite. Remember, David wanted to cover his tracks for his adultery with Bathsheba, the child they'd conceived together. Uriah wouldn't cooperate. So he sent Uriah back to the front lines, and he told Joab, his commander, he says, look, at the height of the battle, I want you to pull everybody back from Uriah. Leave him exposed. Put him at the place where the firefight is the most intense. And then at the critical point, I want you to pull back so he's exposed. He's the only one there and is going to get cut down. So it just looks like Uriah died heroically in battle. He was set up. He was murdered by King David. And so Larry, not the first one to think that, boy, this looks suspiciously like there's some complicity. I don't know. I just think that these people are so clueless about how to use American strength. They just were paralyzed. My sense is they're just paralyzed by this. They are so squeamish about the use of force on behalf of justice and national security that they just couldn't pull the trigger. They just sat there and watched, their mouths open. And again, it's like they're playing SimCity. It's like these aren't real people. These are just avatars on a screen. These aren't real flesh and blood people with families who are going to die if we don't do something. It's just like they're fascinated, like watching reality TV. People getting blown up in the consulate in Libya. And it's I'm not saying they're entertained by it, but it's like it's watching reality TV instead of doing their jobs. Let's go to Roy in Richmond, Virginia. Roy, you're on Focal Point with Brian Fisher. What's on your mind?
Hey, Brian, how you doing? Long time no talk.
Has been a while. Good to have you back on, man. What's up?
I've been working 12 hours a day every day, working on the campaign to get President Zero out of office.
So we'll give you an excused absence for that, Roy.
Thank you, my friend. God bless you. And this is just typical how the rhetoric never matches reality. And this did not fit in Barack Obama's campaign agenda to talk about how he killed bin Laden and how we've got the terrorists on the run. In fact, they've gone from being in 3 countries to like 30 countries. And, everyone knows that Barack Obama is not telling the truth about anything, but they didn't know that he was going to tell one lie too many. And this is one lie that the American people will not swallow. This is Black Hawk Down, 9/11, whatever you want to call it, and they made up a story that fit their scenario, and it's such a doggone terrible lie that makes me sick to my stomach. And these people, they try to tell people that they believe in freedom because they promote a woman's right to choose or homosexual marriage. They don't care about freedom. All they care about is population control and eliminating people, eliminating our religious freedom and anything else that we have in America that's worth having. So everybody get out there and vote for Romney and vote for your local Republicans.
Hey, Roy, one last comment before I let you go. I saw a poll today, it's in my stack here somewhere, that latest poll information has got Romney, I think, up 5 or 6 points in Virginia. Let me see if I can find that story. It's in here somewhere. Let me grab it. Well, it's up by 5 in Florida, but I think I've got another poll in here that has him up in Virginia. So what's your sense, just kind of boots on the ground, how do you think Virginia's going to go on November 6th?
I think Virginia's going to go the way of the entire country. I'm looking at Obama getting beaten in a Jimmy Carter landslide type deal where the American people know that he's a failure, that he doesn't deserve to be reelected, and it's just typical of the way progressives never stay in power very long because they are wrong, and wrong.
All right, Roy. Well, listen, I appreciate it. Thank you for the call. And you know, that's the sense I've got that there is just this. All the momentum now seems to be with Mitt Romney. You had Gallup, Rasmussen, and ABC out today. All of them have Romney up 50-47. One quick call. Let's go to Jewel. Jewel, got about 30 seconds. What's on your mind?
Yes. I was trying to call at the same time the gentleman was calling yesterday about a dream he had.
Yes,
I had this dream 2 years ago, and in this dream I was wandering around through a government building. The one place I was in a large bedroom, and I was drawn to the closet. That closet symbolized a prayer closet. When I went to that closet and opened it, I saw a lot of clothes. I drew back the clothes, and when I drew back the clothes, it was full of weapons.
So, Jewel, I'm at the end of the break. So, is the idea was just kind of a call to use those weapons in prayer?
No, it had more. It had more to it.
All right. Well, listen. Can you hold on? I'd like to talk to you. Finish up after the news. Focal Point AFR Talk. Be right back.
American Family Radio.